Hello, everyone. Welcome. Lewis here with The Hit Life, where we bring you news, interviews, and more from all your favorite Southeast regional MMA promotions. Today, we're joined by Muhammad Moeez, who trains at Kaizen MMA in Tampa, Florida, under Coach Vince McGinnis. Hello, Mo. Welcome to The Hit Life.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, so you were born in Bronx, New York. When did you move down to Florida?
I was born in Bronx, New York, with, and then I lived most of my life and was raised in Nashville, Tennessee. I actually came for work to Tampa, Florida. And it was about like 3, 4 years ago.
When did you start combat sports?
Combat sports, right when I got down, like maybe 2 months, like right after that.
Okay. And is that when you joined Kaizen MMA, your current gym?
No, so I was with Fight Team LLC under Coach Rich Galicia. After that, I went to Gracie Tampa South for about like 4 or 5 months. Trained independently, didn't really fight for them.
Mhm.
And then after my third fight, I went under Vince McGinnis. But
Okay.
I'm fully, yeah.
When you started training, was your intention to go into amateur uh, competition, or did you want to just train, or what was your interest and what got you inspired to start combat sports?
I'm always competitive, man. But what really just started it off was I moved to a new area. I was depressed because all my family, my friends, they were all in Nashville, and I was overweight too at that time. So I was like, might as well get a good workout in, learn a new skill,
Hmm.
learn something that like I always liked watching when I was growing up. I used to watch boxing with my dad all the time. He used to like help me like learn some boxing techniques, do some shadow boxing, and just but not like really hard training. So when I came over here, Florida's uh, a hotbed for just MMA, kickboxing, boxing, and whatnot. So I chose the nearest gym, which was Fight Team. Went over there and just started working out. Once I started working out, losing some weight, I was actually getting really good, and so I was like, why not try to do some fights? The first two fights didn't go my way, but the last three have been. So I'm excited.
So your last few fights have been in Muay Thai. When you started, was that your intention to go into Muay Thai, or did you start with another discipline?
Man, so I wanted to do MMA, but when I was at Fight Team, they didn't really have a strong MMA program,
Mhm.
wrestling nor jiu-jitsu at that time. Now they ended up getting it, but by that time I was already checked out and I was ready to leave. Um, so most of my career was done in kickboxing. Um, but hopefully the game plan is to transition into MMA, have a few more fights in kickboxing and just do that.
Are you currently training in grappling?
And started picking it up again, man. Yeah. So when I was at Gracie Tampa South, that was one of the main reasons I left Fight Team was, hey, I want to learn more MMA and grappling and wrestling and whatnot. And I did that religiously, like 4 to 5 days a week, on top of like kickboxing and boxing training, and, and still was continuing with my kickboxing fights. And when I went to Kaizen, Vince is such a great coach, man, and his striking, the way he has structured the system, that there's so much to learn. I was just like, man, let me just focus on this for a few months. So I've been just doing that, and I've been seeing good rewards out of it recently, especially, and even like now going back to training. A lot of the things that he goes over at camp, a lot of the things that he does during the classes, the way he structures it, it's clicking. So I'm just like, I might as well stick to it. And I start picking up some grappling here and there, and, for clinch work, and just help me understand what weight distribution is when I'm in close inside. But hopefully, again, I'll be taking that more religiously after my next few fights. He
So
has a
the
game
play.
plan. Yeah, see, he has a game plan. I just follow whatever he says. I just do. So like every few fights, after this fight, he asked me to start taking wrestling, then start picking some wrestling classes. Next fight, start doing wrestling and grappling, and then just keep continuing towards the MMA classes that he has in at Kaizen.
Okay, so he has you on a track where you're starting your base with striking. You're going to transition to like a grappling wrestling, and then eventually the plan is to go into MMA.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about your last fight. It was back and forward, back and forward. You guys were trading blows. It went all three rounds. You earned a split decision win against an experienced opponent. How are you feeling after the bout?
Man, I'm pretty pissed off about that last fight, man. For real. I don't like split decision wins. I don't like majority wins. That's the one thing that I'd never wanted. I
Mhm.
wanted to be more focused on, unanimous. If I could get that finish, I want that finish, 100%. And I'm my biggest critic. Um, Not trying to say the guy was supposed to be easy. All respect to him. I saw how he fought. We shared the same opponent, and I saw how he fought him. And I understood that he was going to be a big clinch fighter, big pressure fighter, big forward. And I'm a forward fighter too, as well. And recently, I've been just loving what I've been doing with my inside work.
Mhm.
And I just fell in love with that. I just fell in love with that type of style, and I didn't even really follow the game plan that me and my coach were working on for the last 4 to 6 weeks during that camp.
Mhm.
So I was pretty pissed off about myself. Once it started clicking, I was like, "All right, man, like I can't keep doing this because it's becoming more close." At that third round, I knew I had to follow the game plans, keep my distance, and do that. Props to him though, man. He was a tough motherfucker. Like I threw the hardest body shots that I
Mhm.
could. I was rewatching that video, and you could just hear just my gloves whenever they landed on his body, that sound. And I was like, damn, man, he just wasn't going down. And I was impressed. I was impressed by that. But you know what? Everyone, especially, at the level that he was at and at the level that I'm getting into, everyone's tough. And I can't, that tough game can't work all the time. Like it has to be tough and smart. And I fought very smart my last two fights, and that got me my victory this time. Now I fought more tough than smart. If I fought smart, I think it would have went uh, much better, much cleaner, and it would actually show a lot of the improvements that I did make in my game. And then it's a it's amateur. You're learning,
Right.
and after that, once it goes pro, you're making bread. Then it starts affecting your money. That's
Mhm.
when I really need to like tighten up. But like right now, like if I could just do that in this amateur game and take it to my next fight, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you're right. You were when you guys were in the clinch, you guys were trading the blows. You were hitting him really hard in the sides, and but you're really tough too. He was trading back with his knees, and you guys were trading blows. It was a really just fun and close fight to watch. You said that it didn't go according to plan. What was your strategy going into the bout?
Man, we were focused on a dude who was just gonna come forward and want to clinch. So I have really good footwork. I know I didn't show that in the fight, but at the gym and my teammates can vouch for this. Like I really do have real good footwork. And then I showed it with Jeremy Elder. I just didn't show it on this one. It was more evasive. It was side to side, go backwards, go forwards, use the right angles as a southpaw that I am, and and just focus on keeping that distance correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But that ended up being once I jumped into that cage, I was like, man, fuck this. I want to just bang, and that's all I wanted to do. I was so excited. I even remember telling my coach Vince. And I said that to him. I was like, man, I haven't sparred in over a week, man. Like, I just want to throw hands for real. Like, I just want to hit something really hard. And I remember him telling me, I was like, bro, you're doing too much. Just chill out. Sit down. I was like, I tried to take a nap. I tried to chill out, but I just couldn't. I was just excited, man.
Mhm.
I love LeLeoCode. I love the atmosphere. I just saw my homie fight too. He was fighting on that same card, and he did so amazing. And I was like, man, I just got to up him one. And I felt I just couldn't do it. It was just very like um, the type of mode that emotionally was great, but I was like, man, just take it down a much and use your
Mhm.
head rather than your heart. And it was like, it is what it is.
Yeah, when you got in there, you just saw red and all the strategy training and technique that you guys have been working on went out the window. You just wanted to kill somebody.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. Yeah, I knew like this type of dude. He was like, man, like I said, man, I grew up with boxing. I grew up around my dad. He used to show me old boxing videos like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson,
Mhm.
Marvin Hagler. You know, some people like that. And then my dad's favorite boxers. Two of his favorite boxers were Miguel Cotto and
Mhm.
Floyd Mayweather. And I used to love watching Miguel Cotto, man. Like, man, this man had good footwork back in the amateurs, but when he went pro, he wanted to bang, and he
Mhm.
did that for a while. And he lost a lot of fights, but he won a lot of fights with that too. Up until he was like, man, I can't keep doing this as long as I'm going up in weight. And so like that's my style too, man. Like sometimes like I just want to go in there and bang, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to put on a good show. And I gotta always remind myself at this moment, it's like, man, it's good to put on a good show, but at the same time, man, if you do the game plan that you're supposed to do, you get out there safely. You get out there. This is a fight. This is one of the fights where I had the most damage. Like, and I
Oh,
took the
okay.
most, and I took that damage because I chose the positions to be in those to take that damage. If I said, man, take a step back, use your footwork, move, pick your shots correctly, and do what Vince was telling you to do, man, it would have been a much cleaner fight. I think you would have been more impressed by that. But next fight, it is what it is. Next fight.
Yeah, it sounds like you learned a lot from it, and you're right. At this stage in the game, that's what you need to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's move on to the next segment. I call this quick hits. I'm going to ask you a fun, easy question. Let me know the first thing that comes to mind. You may pass if you want. Okay.
Okay.
Favorite movie?
Southpaw.
Favorite music artist?
Right now, I've been listening to Mike Zombie.
Would you prefer a fast, slick car or big and plush?
Fast and slick.
Would you rather to vacation in Hawaii or Iceland?
Hawaii.
Favorite holiday?
Ooh, no, I'm Muslim, so Eid.
Nickname as a kid?
Nickname as a kid, dumbass.
Favorite thing to eat?
Favorite thing, donuts.
Favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter at this moment in time is Charles V. Bronx.
Favorite thing to do when not training or fighting?
I'll watch fights.
Yeah, you truly love the sport then, because when you're not fighting, you're relaxing, watching fights, and not only that, Charles Dubronx is the fighter's fighter. Like I noticed that people that actually fight love love Charles Oliveira, so that's a good choice. Um, so I actually have something special I want to share with you. We have something called the Hit Life Award, and we've only done this one other time, so you're the second person that I'm going to present this to. And the reason we give this out is because during your fight, I feel that you presented the embodiment of the spirit of the hit life, which is the pursuit of greatness at all cost. And I want to go ahead and present this to you. It's the Hit Life Award. I'll give this to you next time I see you.
All right, man.
And
Thank you,
yeah,
man. Appreciate it.
no, thank you. What you did in there and your fight, you really earned this award because it's not necessarily based on the results of the bout. You put everything, your heart and soul into the match, and we feel that you deserve that award. So congratulations for that.
Nah, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah.
Um, so is there anything you want to tell the people watching?
Man, yeah, bro. Come watch my fights. I'm looking for them, man. Like, I'm trying to create my fan base. I trust me. Every single fight camp, I'm improving, and I'm improving greatly. Um, Vince is doing an amazing job where he's putting me in the right places, right positions, and seeing what I like for my style and building upon that. I love, banging Muay Thai regardless. Too, the way we switch stances and whatnot, and the angles that we take and the footwork. Um, I'm also looking for sponsorships. And I'm trying to work on my second sponsorship. I already got one. But if there are other sponsors out there, that are wanting to sponsor athletes. Um, I'm here. I'm on a 3-5 win streak. I'm trying to go into my fourth one, hopefully by the end of this year. So let's get it. Let's get it. You can find me on Insta at Mo Curry. If anything, just send me a DM. So yeah.
You said you wanted to get into the cage before the end of the year. Do you know when that will be?
Man, Vince is working on some things, so he'll let me know. But hopefully soon. Most likely it'll be by the end of the year. If this works out, man, this is gonna be the most active I've ever been as a fighter. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. What you did in there was impressive. You fought a hard fight. You earned the W with your performance. I'm looking forward to see what's in your future, Muhammad. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
They scared of us. Everybody I'm with ain't scared of much. Nobody around me fearing none.
Got a red by the bitch, she stepping up. Put it on, they think I do too much. Whole lot of ice that's cubed and crushed. Left town, came home with a new pickup.